Okay, thank you very much, Jeffrey. I'm very pleased to be able to introduce our next speaker this morning. We have with us Doreen Liu. She's the Managing Director of World Scientific Publishing, which she co-founded in Singapore in 1981. For many years, she's been Honorary Secretary and Honorary Treasurer of the International Women's Forum. And in 2010, she was awarded the Entrepreneur of the Year Award for Women in Asia by the Financial Times and RBS Coutts Bank. So Doreen will be talking to us today about scholarly publishing in Asia. So please welcome Doreen. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Doreen. I know quite a few of you. You know, those that I just first time come to Singapore. I'm Singaporean, so welcome to Singapore. Okay. So first, I'll talk a little bit about World Scientific. World Scientific was established in 1981 by my husband and myself to promote science and technology in the third world. Now we are one of the biggest international publishers in the world, and the biggest, if anybody want to challenge, you know, Asia Pacific's SDM publisher. We started in 1981 in Singapore. We are a Singapore company, 100%. And the next year, we started an office in 1987, we started a New Jersey office. And then in London the year after. And these two offices initially is for distribution. Actually, at the beginning, we used Wiley, you know, to distribute our product in Europe, and Taylor & Francis in US. But after a few years, I don't feel secure. Because, you know, the sales in this market is bigger than Asia then. So, you know, if they go, I go. So I decided to set up offices elsewhere. But since then, we have many other offices. They are in Tokyo, Beijing, Shanghai, Taipei, Hong Kong, Shanghai, New Delhi, Munich, Geneva as well. Currently, we publish about 600 new titles a year, but our target is 1,000 new titles by 2020. Initially, we published maths and physics, but then we start to mushroom out into other areas, such as subjects that are very related to physics first, such as computer science, engineering, lino, material science, but then we keep on expanding. Now we publish even popular book and some children's book. Our most famous title are the Nobel Lectures, the Phil Methodist Lectures, the Wolf Prize, Einstein Memorial Lectures. Many of our textbooks are adopted by major universities in the world, such as Harvard, MIT, Stanford, University of Chicago, University of Tokyo, Princeton University. We started electronic publishing in 1996, and on the same year, we also had our internet bookstore. That's the year that Amazon was formed. Only that we are not aggressive enough. So currently, we have 8,000 ebooks. They are available in all major aggregators and platforms, like EBSCO, ProQuest, Kindle, Kobo, etc., and etc. As for let me now talk about journals. We publish 130 journals in various fields, and they're all in electronic format. And one thing is that most of our journals are organic. That means it's developed by World Scientific right from the first year. Our most important journals are the physics series of journals. The Modern Physics A, the Modern Physics B, the C, and D, and E. We have many Nobel laureates as our authors. We have C.N. Young, George Robert Potter, Richard Wyman, P.W. Anderson, Steve Weinberg, Sandra Tsakseka, Zowell, Wellman, to Hoof, Freeman. Okay, when I first started publishing, I think how many years ago? 30 over now. All the books were done in print. Anybody remember which year start electronic coming in? I think it's about 20 years ago. Platforms started to come in, and we digitized everything. All our books into E, and all journals are in E. But initially, the sales of E was moving very slowly. And there was so much debate that, am I wasting money, to convert all the material into electronic? In 2010, the sales was only 9%. But by 2013, a quarter of our sales are in electronic format. And I think it seems to plateaued. But it all depends on the region. I just noticed that US sales is 40% now. I think the slowest is probably Asia. And then look at the market distribution. There's a sales revenue. America was the biggest market then, in 2008. And it is the biggest market. But by now, our Asia Pacific is 41. And Europe, complaining about the Brexit and everything, and it has gone down to 24. The author distribution, Europe seems at one time was our biggest pool of author, 44%, but by now, Asia has probably reached 50. Let's now look at the global R&D funding, because this is very important for SDN publishing. If there are money, there will be more research. Look at that. 2012 is only 4 years ago. China's budget is less than 200 million, with US more than 400 million. By 2018, next year, Europe and Asia will cross at more than 400 million. But it's forecasted by 2028, China will be reaching 800 million, with Europe really falling behind, only about 600 billion. So, with China so important, let me talk a little bit about China. This is Beijing that we see now. People who have been traveling in China would know how much landscape has changed. This is Shanghai in 1990, and this was in 2010. Look how much it has changed. Shenzhen in 2012, in 1980, when Deng Xiaoping first visited, it was like this, almost rural. Look at Shenzhen now. I show you Xiamen. I just went 2 months ago. It's really beautiful. I think it's more beautiful than Singapore. Shouldn't I say that? As beautiful. Okay, this is the new highway system. Some of the highway system in China. Isn't that an engineering marvel? Look at this. But what impressed me is actually this highway and the high-speed train. I just show you some highways. I thought this is beautiful, that's why I must show you. But this is the high-speed railway map of China from north to south, and not the London subway map, okay? Now, these are some of the speed train. So we know how wide is the coverage. This average speed of the high-speed train is 350 kilometers per hour. And the longest is from Beijing to Shanghai, more than 2,000 kilometers. When I was a child, I went to Shanghai with my mom, and I thought it took, I have to sleep overnight, at least 1.5 days. Now it's only 3 hours. And the fastest is Shanghai Maglev train with a speed of 430 kilometers per hour. Japan's Shinkansen and the Paris Geneva train is only 320 kilometers per hour. I thought this is really, with the highway and the high-speed train, this infrastructure is very important. Right? First of all, you reduce traffic time. We all know Shanghai to Beijing is 3 hours. Anybody can confirm that? And then it really transformed the society and the economy. It lifted the income level of the poorer Western zones and improved income distribution. Reduced influx of urban migration from rural area. I think this is very important to me. Every year, millions and millions of rural workers will flood to bigger cities, created a lot of social problems. The food court problem, the kids cannot go to school, so a lot of problems will be solved. Another phenomenon in China, actually it's just the last couple of years, is the use of mobile phone everywhere for communication, for payment, for shopping. They're buying bread just by tapping on their phone. Oh, I love that cartoon. Has anybody seen that cartoon in which the beggar was begging with the QR code? Have anybody seen that? Asking for, you don't need to pay me cash, just transfer to my QR code. I couldn't find that cartoon, but it was really interesting, very cute. So what makes this possible is these IT companies. Just a couple of them. The last few years, the way they push. So I just chosen two or three companies to talk because they are more relevant to the book industry. Tencent. Tencent was the founder is Tony Ma, is a Pony Ma. It's not the same as Jack Ma, they're not related. The Pony Ma is really a nickname. I don't remember his Chinese name. I only know that he's known as Pony Ma. And the business was launched in 1998. The main business is content delivered to cell phone and online games played on PC. And we all know the WeChat, it is owned by Tencent. I didn't even know that Tencent has an e-book business until they went IPO last week in Hong Kong. With the capitalization soared to 12 billion. Just e-book, my goodness, I think maybe, we can sell all our e-books to Tencent. Oh, okay. Then Baidu, is founded by Robin Li, launched in the year 2000. Its businesses provide web services, including search engine, cloud, app development. China's biggest search engine is equivalent to Google. And then it has 70% of the Chinese search engine market. But 99.5% of its revenue is right now only from China. I just imagine what's going to happen if they gone global. Then Jack Ma, everybody knows Jack Ma, right? It was launched in 1999. It's the world's biggest internet business organization. They provide B2B, B2C, C2C business. It's best known as a Taobao and a Tmall. The single day 11/11 sales last Saturday, everybody probably be watching, hit 25 billion. One day sales. And Alibaba, Alipay, the Alipay is everywhere. I think it's going to threaten banking business, traditional banking business. So these are the things that we can see when we are in China. What are those that we don't see? You know, at the 19th National Congress of the Communist Party of China just last month, they highlight some of the high R&D achievement. You know, this is the Tiangong. You know, the first one was launched in 2011, then 2016, and next one is coming to 2020. And the Qiao Long, this is a submarine. The radio telescope, Tianyan. And the Wukong, the dark matter particle explorer, launched in 2015. The Minzhi, the quantum satellite, 2016. Some plane, the comet, and the gravitational wave observatory, which will be launched in 2020. Oh, this is very much to me a heart. I come from Hong Kong, so now I don't have to go by, this hovercraft. It is 25 kilometers, linking Macau and Hong Kong. So with this, we know that, Asia is important. But definitely China is the country we must explore, study, collaborate as much with them as possible. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Any questions for Doreen?
I just want to say that I think you've been doing so much on the, maybe two fronts, on the credibility of non-Western publishing and the internationalization of the publishers around the world. So my great admiration. I think I have two questions for you. First of all, were there times when building out your publishing company that you had despair on the many challenges in order to launch new journals or work your way towards a degree of market presence? And number two, going forward, what are your biggest challenges?
Now or previously?
Going forward.
Okay. Actually, when we first started, our first journal was when was that? Look at me. 86? No, cannot be 81. Late, probably 80 something. At that time, when we launched our physics journal, that is 20 over years ago, there was already a lot of optimism by some of the academics. They say, there's so many journals already, there is no point launching anymore. And at that time, they already say that there are too many. So I suppose there's never too many, isn't it? It really, really depends on how determined you are. And what type of model you are going to use. Now, I think the model will be a little bit different than last time. Subscription model, we know, is getting very, very hard. So we just have to look for alternative. Yeah? Does that answer your question? Okay, and then what the greatest challenge? I think the greatest challenge is now. There's just too many things happening all the time. And people present you with new things. And you spend and you really cannot ignore any of them. Because you do not know, which one is a gold mine and which one is just nothing. So you spend all the time studying all the new proposal, new app. it's very, take up at least a quarter of your time.
Well, thank you very much, Doreen. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.